Hello bros and welcome to SFX 0 BroFive production and next part of Sakura Angels. So we're getting more known about the story, but I can't understand yet what this story is really about, but we're gonna find that out soon. I think, I hope, maybe not. Let's see. Let's start recording right here and load game. That's all we have time for now. I think the bell for the second half is about to... Yep, there it is. Sayoko. Oh, time to get back now, is it? She stretches her arms into the air, giving a small yawn. Well, I hope we are able to clear things up, up a little. Something like that. Come on, we don't want to be late. Shoko bounces for the stairs as we were in some sort of race. Her partner trained behind as she gives one last look. She stops, her eyes cast downward from the board, flicking back up. Hey, what's up? Nothing. It's nothing. And like that, she disappears down the stairs too, leaving me alone on the roof. Huh. I wonder what that was about. I guess I should follow after them. Don't want to be late again. As I start for the stairs, my stomach makes a terrifying sound. One that screams for food. Alright, in all my haste to figure out what the girls were doing, I neglected to get lunch at all. And so class resumes. After all the intentional examination in the morning, not a lot happened through the remaining lesson. They drog on at a glacial pace, somewhat even more dull than usual. It's also hard to keep my mind focused on anything with Sayoko and Hikaru on each side. They have to protect me. I was half exciting a monster to just burst its way through the window and for the whole place just turned into a battleground. Though it might have at least made things more lively. With one final ring of the bell, school comes to a close. A haze amber glow taking over the classroom as the sun begins to set. The majority of the students begin to filter out on the class to start their clubs or part-time jobs. Not me though, I'm off home. While joining a club is certainly encouraged, thankfully this isn't the place where it's enforced. Meaning I'm free to love all I want. It might make me come across a bit of slackers in the eye of the other students, but they're not exactly wrong. Wasting no time, I set off the school and begin to head home. Something that should have been fairly stress-free, but I mean, I should have expected it, but it's still a bit much. The horizon grows darker with each step and makes through the quiet streets and a pale moon slowly making its presence known in the sky. My heavy steps resume down the narrow road, quickly soared into the night. Then also another set of steps, or rather two sets of steps, that sound either side of me. Far lighter steps with more grace than I could have hoped to achieve. Kenta, look, I know you're here to protect me, but you really need to be so close. Yes. Those steps belong to none other than my self-protected guardian angel. Sayaka to my left and Hikaru to my right. They walk in unison with me. They're shoulders inch away from me. Don't be stupid. Walking home alone all night would be a perfect time for the enemy to strike. This is where we have to stay on our guard most. Yikes. She doesn't have to yell so loud right into my ear like that. I think I must be just a little bit deeper just to be spending time with her today alone. Do you think it's like having to be so close to you? You should be grateful I'm doing this at all. Other than and a turn of her head and vibrate hair swag gently. Right. Sorry. Oh, don't be like that, Hikari. Don't think I don't catch a sneaking glance at his face while he is looking elsewhere. As she walks, Sayaka leans across and smirks at Hikari. This is getting really awkward, guys. Huh? You saw, I mean, I was just checking the enemy hadn't landed on a stealth attack on him. Yeah, sure. Sure, whatever you say. My left ear is rocked by a mutual giggle as Sayaka breaks into hysterics. All the while Hikaru's face begins to turn an interesting shade of red. Anyway, you're the one who kept pressing your shoulder up against him. What are you trying to do there? Huh? She was doing what? That? No, that's she mentioned it. The left side feels cozy for a time. I was just trying to keep him warm. I care for his well-being and wouldn't want him to catch a cold. And he's not complaining, so he must like it. I don't think any guy would complain. Without warning, she latches onto my arm, pulling herself in and almost sending me toppling to the ground. See? Hey now, this is... What are you doing? You're going to tear his arm off. You have to do it more gentle like this. Oh, come on! Eh? He latches onto my other arm, looking it with hers in an attempt to tug me away from Sayaka. What the heck did this turn into? Okay, you really don't need to. No? It's not how you do it at all, Hikaru. More like, oh, come on. Sakura pulls back on my arm, and soon they both have firm grip on each of my arms and determination across their faces as they become some sort of human rape. Yeah, I don't doubt it. What is this? Tug of war? They're going to rip me apart. Hey, please, this is how it's done. Oh, come on! Do they even remember what they were trying to do? What started an incident of as spurred into some sort of contest between them. They really are competitive. Now is not the time to think about stuff like that. Can you please get off me? Raising my voice more I ever done in a while, I explored my body at stake her. And like that, they both let go of my arms at once, leaving me free to ensure they're both still fully intact. I had listened to reason. I already thought it was going to die there. Apparently it's not the monsters I have to worry about anymore. It's these two. Girl. At least I had thought it. Had been my desperate cry that I had gotten through to them. But they seemed completely transfixed by something up above. What's they looking at? I skinned my eyes and gazed high above the rooftops. And then, as the cloud part, a pale moonlight shines down. I see her. What? Alright, now it's creepy. A girl, it's the ledge of the highest point of the tallest building in the area. Silver hair that seems to glimmer in the moonlight and outfit as stark as the night sky. She gives me away inspiring look, almost angel-like. Like she's some sort of angel ghosting down from the heavens. I think she's a demon. She looks like a demon. At least I would call her an angel if it wasn't that unsettling grin that just now spreads across her face at the sight of us. Ah, there you are. She murmurs something to herself that can't take out all from distance between us. Whatever it was she said, I was enough to make her shoulders shake with laughter. I can't help but feel like I've seen her somewhere before. I'm thinking the dreams. I think she was the one you saw the glimmering eyes. I wonder why that. No matter how I try to think back, I can't recall the face at all though. In a burst of feathers, obsidian wings unfurled from behind her. Now those definitely aren't holy. I got a bad feeling about this. Amber eyes peer down at the three of us, narrowing determination as some unsettling grin remains. I might just be imagining, but I think she's looking at me specifically. I can almost feel her stare. It's enough to send a chill down my spine and sparks faint pulse at the back of my skull. A friend of yours? A face out laugh that know the truth. The air's going tense like that time with the monster before, and the looks of both the cow and Soka faces can only suggest something bad is about to go down. Hey, afraid not. Can't I get back? I don't like this at all. But okay. I do as I'm told and retreat back a good distance. I really wanting to argue when they look as scary as they do. So what do you think we're dealing with here? She seems far too human to be a shadow. But then I get the same feeling of dread from her presence. Ah, gotcha. I think, wait. So is she a monster or not? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you would stop telling in my ear of 1 second and let me concentrate. I'm not yelling. Sheesh. Right. I forgot. That's the default volume. Well then you just be quiet and let me think things over. You're so cruel sometimes, Hikari. The silver-haired girl still high atop the roof gives me one last look before turning her gaze to the girls. And then she jumps. What? Why did she jump? I can barely watch. She plumps downward toward where my guardians are stood, to a hint of even beginning to slow down, or those wings just for show. Faster and faster she descends before finally heaven closes in. I don't want to watch, but somehow I get the feeling she wouldn't have jumped without a good reason. At least I hope she didn't. Mere inches from the smashing into the ground, her wings spread wide as if she brakes before bringing her to a sudden stop. Not even a gradual halt. She just comes to a complete grinding halt, as if she realizes gravity don't apply here. Even with wings, something like that would be possible. I mean, if a pigeon were to attach something like that, they barely would recognizable on the pavement right now. In fact, her feet aren't even touching the ground. She is half above average to slide before stepping onto the solid surface, as is stepping off an invisible platform. Part of me is relieved that she isn't hurt, but a little stunned. I think it would be better if she was seriously hurt and were about to die. But a part of me also terrifying as what might happen next. The silver-haired girl stands before Sakura and Sakura, her expression still as uncertain as ever. By the smile, though, there's nothing her posture that would suggest she has any bad intentions yet. The other girls are tense. My head rings just trying to focus on her, like that monster from before. She's related to them? I clutches the hand on my head and try to steady myself. It's taking all my willpower just to keep upright at the moment. Good evening, girls. She greets them so casually despite the intense glares direction her way. Somehow, I get the feeling she didn't leap out of a freaking room just to exchange pleasantries. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Who are you and what do you want? My, you're a hostile bunch, aren't you? She lets out a device and giggled, doing a little to ease the tension in the air. Very well. You may call me Suzuki. As for what I'm after, well, her eyes filling right from the girls and settled straight onto me, her smile enough to send a chill down my spine. I'll be taking that boy if you don't mind. She's very important. He's very important to me. Alright, that's I wouldn't agree with. I know it. Of course this wouldn't be linked to this whole mess. Why wouldn't she be? Today it's the day where everything apparently wants me dead. So can Hikari refuse to comply? I mean, of course they wouldn't. Wouldn't they be good guardian angels if they had just stepped aside for the maniacal girl? No. I suppose we have to do things the hard way, The pair stands tall before me, the first thing the tenth. I think there's only one way this going to end up. The air around them seems to crackle in the amount of power contained within them all immense. I don't understand that word. Immense. I'm afraid to even take a breath in case set something off. This is dangerous. Even I can see that. A blink and Suzuki launches from them flat with skid seeming turning out from the air itself. Ah! Sparks fly from the collision of metal against metal. Alright, I think actually we can't read more just now. So we're gonna see how it turns out the next time. But no need, hit like and subscribe. I see you next time. BroFive!